Alright, I wanted to do a quick review of some sleeping bags that I've used in the past and kind of give you the pros and cons of every one and make sure that you don't make the same mistakes that I might have. About 10 years ago, I took a trip to Costa Rica and I needed the lightest sleeping bag that I could possibly get, and I went with a down-filled sleeping bag, but after 10 years of use, I'm starting to lose a little bit of my down. I went to Isle Royale in 2012, 2013, and I was consistently cold. There wasn't much that I could do about it, and in the evenings it was undesirable. And so I have since then retired this. This sleeping bag here, I would say, is roughly 5 to 6 years old now. This is before I started doing a lot of backpacking. This is just a really cheap sleeping bag that really the only time it ever is used is to be taken out of here and maybe used to crush sack. Alright, so I purchased a 20-degree sleeping bag thinking that this was going to be adequate for hiking. Came in the mail. It's way too big. Apparently I missed the synthetic and down option. It was only probably $40 or so. I have used it. I do like using it for car camping if I'm bringing my dogs with. It's a little bit tougher and it's plenty. Alright, here's my Adventure 20 from GoLite. It's got a wonderful review on Backpacker Magazine, and I'd recommend taking a look at this. It's not the lightest sleeping bag with a 600 fill, but it is extremely warm, extremely fluffy. This here, because I did buy a replacement, unless it's cold weather, I will leave this one at home. I do bring this one with when I'm hiking with my dogs as well. GoLite Z30, and it is a 30-degree bag, so in majority of the Minnesota weather that you're going to be hiking in, as long as you got a stocking cap, this sleeping bag will do just fine. With the 800 fill, you're going to get plenty of fluff. It is truly one of my favorites. Would recommend this one. It does have a much higher cost point than your Adventure 20, so if you are on a budget, check out the Adventure 20. If you're trying to go for the lightest option, you're probably going to want to go with this GoLite. Alright, the last sleeping bag is the Ozark Trail Cocoon 200. Now, I believe this is a 600 fill down sleeping bag that's good for down to 32 degrees. How I came across this sleeping bag was my father was coming with the Boundary Waters trip, and we were going to be canoeing. I told him, hey, get a down sleeping bag. As long as it's good down to, say, 40 degrees in the middle of the summer, you'll be fine. And so he picked up this 32-degree down sleeping bag from Walmart. Little did I know that Walmart carried down sleeping bags, but this does compact extremely small. And on top of that, it's got a very light weight. Now the beautiful part is, if you look for these online, you're looking at somewhere around maybe $60 for this sleeping bag, which is night and day difference compared to, say, the Z30, which is an 800 fill down to 30 degrees for right around $300. So you're saving a lot of money. And in addition to that, if you're new to backpacking, this is a good option to get started with, because a majority of the sales on Walmart.com with this sleeping bag will show a sleeping pad included. And so if you're really careful about your price and you want to do a quick, cheap trip, you can go ahead, get this sleeping bag, get the pad with it, go buy yourself a cheap backpack, possibly even at Walmart, and you're pretty much on your way already. So this is something for the new people I highly recommend, and you won't see me using it, but I guarantee you it'll be used once or twice a year when I have friends join me. Alright, so we've gone through some of my sleeping bags, the pros and cons, whether it's, are you looking for a lightweight sleeping bag, or are you looking for a car camp sleeping bag that's a little heavier, doesn't compact down as much. When it comes down to picking your sleeping bag, it's important to know what activities you're going to be doing with it. If you're going to be doing a low budget hiking trip, look at maybe something like the Ozark. If you're looking to start doing some long distance hiking trips where you're going to be looking at every ounce that you're carrying with you, maybe the Z30 is the right fit for you. Or canoe trips, maybe the Adventure 20 is going to be the fit. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I'd more than happy to get back to you when I can. And make sure you watch for my next video where I review some tents. Thank you.